What's up, you guys? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. So, before we get started, I want to just have you guys check out this freaking eye makeup look. Look at it. Doesn't it look good? I did that special for you guys. Okay. All right, and let's get into it. First, I need you guys to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever one you prefer. Let me know if you guys did any stupid shit like I'm fixing to tell you about in this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. That way you can get notified when I go live. I do live streams here on my channel, you guys. We do them every Monday, which is step study. Wednesday, which is story time / interviews, and Friday, which is our medication assisted recovery anonymous meeting, and they're all at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I really hope you guys will be able to make it and just come hang out with us. We have a really awesome chat and it's just men and women who are seeking recovery, and they build each other up, and we're positive, and we help each other stay on our recovery. We just help each other stay sober, and it's just like amazing. Every time I see everyone talking to each other, you guys, it gives me chills because everyone is just so supportive, and that's what we need. We don't need judgment because we have enough of that out in the real world on our own. So we can come here to Real Talk Recovery and help each other and support each other and love each other. All right. Don't get me crying at the beginning of the video. Y'all know how I am. So the other day I was watching a movie on Netflix. It's like a documentary or something like that called The Pharmacist. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend it. So literally after you watch this video, click off and go watch The Pharmacist because it is worth it. But while I was watching it, it got me to thinking about script doctors. I don't know if you guys call them that, but we would call them script doctors. What a script doctor is it's a doctor that you can pay cash to see that will write you a prescription for anything you want. I've been to 2 script doctors in my life. One, when I lived in Hot Springs, I met her through my friend Nicole. My little sister was friends with this girl, Nicole, and Nicole used to go there and get Klonopin and Xanax and Hydros and Opanas, all kinds of stuff. So me and my friend Misty and my sister Michelle, we all made separate appointments and went in to see the doctor to get our own prescriptions of what we wanted, right? And we did that. I did that for like 6 months until I went to prison because it was right before I went to prison. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys this story about what me and my husband used to do with our friend. This is back in the day. So, okay, let me take you back. Let me get the story started and take you guys back to about when this was. So, I met my husband in September of 2012. So this was probably 2013. Me and Neil, when we got high, you guys, we hung out with so many different people. Like, we would be in apartments, we would be in trailer parks, we would be in houses. Some people were rich, some people were poor. Like, we just hung out with all kinds of different people. Me and Neil are we're both really easy to talk to, and we both have really good personalities, so we both never had any problems making friends. Well, Neil knew this guy that lived in these apartments off of 12th Street. His name was Bushead. That's just what he called him. I never knew him by his first name. I just knew him by Bushead. Well, Bushead's mom was a doctor. And so Bushead knew his mom's DEA number, and he also knew how to write the prescriptions. And so one day we were at his house, and he came out of the back room, and he was showing us the pad of prescription papers he had, like, the prescription pad that the doctor has. And me and Neil were like, fuck, dude, like, do you know what we could do with those? We all sat down and we started conspiring, and that's when I reached out to my drug dealer, Z. I'm like, Z, we have these prescription pads, what will you give us for, a prescription? We'll write you a prescription. And he was like, hell yeah, if you guys can get it, if you guys can get the prescriptions filled, I will pay you for them. And I'm talking like, we were writing prescriptions of 90 Roxy 30s, 60 Roxy 30s, 120 Roxy 30s. And so we were like, bet. And so Bushead wrote out like 3 prescriptions, and we took to it. We went to the Walgreens pharmacy, and Neil went in. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, here he comes, pills in hand. Damn! Hit the next pharmacy. Neil walks in. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, he walks out, pills in hand. Bam! I'm like, holy shit! We literally hit all these freaking pharmacies, you guys. Little pharmacies, Kroger pharmacies, Walgreens pharmacies, all different kinds of pharmacies. And Neil's coming out every single time with the prescriptions filled, you guys. No problems whatsoever. No questions, nothing. Now, y'all are probably going, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you go inside, Nicole? Why didn't you fill the prescriptions? Let me just tell y'all something. I had already been to prison. I had been out for 2 years, I think, at that time. And I knew what would happen if I was to get caught. I knew what would happen if Neil got caught. But, hey, that's on you, baby, if that's what you want to do. And I told him, I was like, this can really get us in trouble. I'm not going inside of that store. I'm not showing my face in there. So, like, he would go in, and then Bushead would go in behind him, and just kind of scope it out and make sure everything was okay. And then they would call me on the phone to let me know if it was going through and working out. And I'd sit outside in the car, just in case they needed to come and jump in the car and skirt. But so we hit it. We hit the lotto, you guys. We had bottles and bottles and bottles of these Roxy 30s. And so I remember we sold Z a bottle. I don't know how many were in it, but it was like, okay, so they charged $30 for a 30 milligram, $1 a milligram. So we ended up selling him $500 worth of Roxys. And he gave us $500 cash, and then we kept the other ones. And when I tell you guys, like, it was so bad. What is that? Do you see that fly? I need to kill it in a second. It was so bad. Like, we were it was like all night long banging Roxys, you guys. And I don't know if y'all know the process of doing it, but it's like you always have this blue residue left over in the spoon, and just like blue all over the place all the time. And so it was just such a crazy time of my life, because we were so desperate to get high, and we would do anything. And I look back on that, and I thank God every single day that my husband is okay and that he is sober now. I think back on that time, and I think about how we could have gotten in trouble, and I'm just so grateful that we didn't get in trouble and that we're alive today, and, we're not in prison. I'm not proud of any of that shit, like, but I just want you guys to realize, like, that is how desperate and that's how crazy I was in my addiction, that I didn't care. Like, if it meant writing a fake prescription, then hot damn, I was on it, or I would be the accomplice, and I would do those kind of things because I was desperate, and when we're in our active addiction, that's what happens. We get to a point where we're desperate to do anything, to get anything, and I just don't want any of you guys to ever feel like you're alone. And so that's why I try to share those stories with you guys, to let you know, like, I've done some stupid shit in my addiction, but you know what the beautiful thing about it is, you guys? I'm free now. And I don't have to live like that. And neither do you. You don't have to get high anymore. You don't have to steal anymore. You don't have to cheat anymore. You don't have to lie anymore. And you don't have to hate yourself anymore. You can love yourself. And you can get sober. And I'll do anything I can to help any of you guys get sober. If you're struggling with a disease of addiction and you're like, this is it, I surrender, you can call me at 501-991-5149. or text me, whichever one you're comfortable with, and I will do everything in my power to find you the resources to get treatment, get you in some recovery coaching, whatever it may be, you guys. I will help you every step of the way. All you have to do is reach out. I just want you guys to know I tell these stories not because I think I was so cool, because I wasn't. I tell these stories because I know some of you guys have done the same things and you guys can relate. I also tell them because sometimes I can't even believe it myself, and I look back on that time and I'm like, thank you, God. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that I'm alive today. You're probably wondering, well, what about Bushead? Is Bushead okay? Let me tell you what happened to Bushead. About 2 years after me and after 2 years when me and Neil finally left that crew and started trying to get our lives together, we heard that Bushead had OD'd. And so we called his mom, and he's still alive, and he got sober. But it took him going through so much more, being homeless and almost dying, for him to get sober. But that's the last thing I heard, is that he got sober. I also have something to tell you guys. Remember how I was telling you guys about Tara and how I always check her Instagram to see if she's okay? Well, she messaged me the other day. She's got a job and she's sober. And she wants to come on and talk to you guys and share her story. Now, this is the girl that called CPS on me. What do you guys think? Should we have her on the channel and let her share her side of the story? I'm thinking about having her on. It won't be up in person. Of course, I'll just have her, click the link and come on that way. But maybe she's seen something in me that I didn't see when I was getting high. And maybe we could talk about that. So I just want to know what you guys think. Y'all let me know. Don't forget, tonight at 7, we're going to do our Mara meeting all about leaving that old life behind and living the new sober life, and what to do, how to deal with that transition. So I hope you guys will enjoy that, and I'll see you guys tonight. And if you have any requests for any videos at all, please comment down below and let me know. Please, I need to know what do you want to hear from me? It can be anything. It can be story times from when I was a kid. It can be more addiction recovery content. It could be about anything you want to know about me and my life and my son and my husband. Just let me know, and I will make a video especially for you. All right? Love you guys.